I think that my next question would be is related to you. If I'm going down to Florida, if I'm escaping New York to go to
Mm.
Florida, I have a couple of different options. I'm trying to get a job because I think that might be probably the easiest way to go about it. Working for somebody else is much easier than starting my own thing, especially since I don't necessarily have my own thing going already. I do have a few things, but I don't think that they're not at a level that can support me. I think, maybe I just haven't tried. So is there something that you can tell me maybe or help me figure out, should I go down there and get a job, or should I go there, start my own thing, or continue doing my own thing? Like, I have the soap company. Um, I could do that and go to market with that. What are your thoughts?
It's hard for me to tell you what to do as far as certain things because one is I don't know how much money you have saved, right? I also don't know how much your monthly expenses are. Even I get you may have rent, right? I mean, I don't know if you have a car payment or not. I don't know what you have. Even do you have a couch or not? If you got it, or a television, or also your bills, how much you can afford for rent, electricity, internet. All these things are going to be, expenses to you. So let's put that aside. So I think that's one thing. Now, the other thing is, as far as you coming here with no income and creating a business, what you most likely, if I went somewhere and I'm going to create a business, I don't want to live off that business, especially at the beginning, because I'm just draining all the resources out of it. I need to take the money I'm making in the business to make more money. It could be marketing, it could be distribution, it could be whatever you're doing. But the last thing you kind of want to do is start a business and make yourself have to survive off that business. Again, though, if your profits are going to be astronomical and you can easily do that. But for you to sustain your expenses and survive and carry the float of the business expenses, that sounds like a lot to me. Now, again, I don't know what situation you are in as far as sales go. Like I said, if you're already doing $5,000-$10,000 in sales, moving to Florida is a joke for you. That'll be fine. But if you're only doing $500 or $200 or even $1,000 in your business, I don't know what it costs to run it, and then think you're going to move to another state and have all these other expenses with no income besides that company. I mean, that's kind of a little risky, I would say. What's going to happen is I think you're going to hurt your company more than anything else. I think you need to make an income, and you need, if anything, if you make additional income, you want to, again, put it in your company. If your company's making money, you want to kind of put it back into the company. I kind of think the other way, and I've been there myself. I've been in situations where I'm going to go, I've done it with vending and different things. And it's a struggle a lot of times because I don't know how much debt you're in, say right now. Your company could be in debt. You may personally be in debt. I don't know all these things, right? It's not like you're coming to Florida with an entire clean slate and you have $100,000 in the bank. Then again, you can do that, right? I'm just saying you have the luxury. I don't know what your luxury is or isn't. I don't know how much stress or what your bills truly are. So for me to kind of give that advice is really kind of complicated. But I think you getting somewhere where you're already generating some type of money through a job. Believe me, I'm not a guy who likes working for people, but you know as well as I do, I don't, how much money you're going to make or how much you are making right now. Just because you move to another state doesn't mean all of a sudden you're going to be making 3 times that because you're going to dedicate your entire life. A lot of times it doesn't work that way as well. And if you do, God bless, because again, you want to start taking that money and really kicking it in the ass right then. You don't want to be depleting it. So, and the last thing I will wrap it up with, you have had a job and you started a company. So you've had income. So you've been able to kind of balance both, right? So pretend you take out the other one. I tell my buddies that all the time. If you make $2,500 a month and you want to start a company or live off that company, take the 25 and throw it out. You're not going to have that. Where are you going to stand? I mean, it's that simple. Where are you going to be at the end of the month?
Yeah, yeah. So I think you answered the question there. In terms, just to respond, I've been fortunate enough to keep myself in a position of almost no debt. So I feel, you're right though. Like, it seems almost not impossible, but it would put myself in a uphill battle going there to try to start a company or continue my soap, let's say. And the revenues are not necessarily there for, but that if you're doing something as your source of income, it becomes a different thing than as a side hustle, which it is right now. So, but I do agree with you. You're right. It's probably best if I get down there with some kind of employment with someone else, and then build the business while I'm there.
It all really comes down to your expenses again. If you went there and you had family and you don't have to pay rent, you don't got to pay electricity, you don't have to pay for, all you got is your car, maybe your insurance and gas, just saying, yeah, then you have the luxury of starting your own company. I want everybody to kick it in the ass. But if you want to be independent, live in your own place, again, all these other expenses, it really is, what are you spending compared to what you're making? I mean, again, you can be an entrepreneur all day. How much stress did that truly bring to your life? Some people have no problem living like, really rough. Like they can live off $500 a month. They love being an entrepreneur and they believe in whatever they're doing and they go all in. You may not be that type of person. You may want to be like, no, I want to start dating. I want to get in a relationship. I want to get my own home. There's other things you're balancing besides just your business, it sounds like.
That's true.